today I tried solving this robot simulation problem, but I couldn't figure out the full approach on my own. I understood part of it, like handling directions and movements, and also the cases with obstacles, but I got stuck when I was trying to put everything together. So I'll upload whatever I tried and where I got stuck. Let's see what we have today. Back to LeetCode. Okay, LeetCode. Yesterday we solved it pretty quick. Let's see, is it a continuation of yesterday? Okay. It seems like facing north. Okay, robot. Let me. Should I use pen and paper real quick? Yeah, I'll use pen and paper, then I'll try to draw it on the board in case if any one of you wants to see, but no, it's fine either way. Okay, we have what, an infinite 2D plane. Okay, we start at the center of the graph, 0, 0, and facing north. So north would be the top, like facing towards y-axis, positive y-axis. Robot receives an integer commands, okay, which represents a sequence of moves it needs to execute. There are only 3 possible type of instructions. Okay, so I have instructions. So -2 means turn left 90 degrees, so that would be go towards negative x-axis, right? And then I have -1 turn right 90 degrees, that's towards the positive x-axis. Okay, and there are 3. Okay, so those are 2 instructions, and the third instruction is move k units 1 unit at a time. So third instruction is between 1 to 9, and that's the value k. Move k units. Some of the grid squares are obstacles. Okay, some of the grid, the ith obstacle is at, so we have obstacles on the path. Obstacle x and y for robot, it will stay in its current location on the block adjacent and move on to the next command. Okay, so if I hit an obstacle, let's say if obstacle was at 5 by 5 axis, and somehow my robot runs, it will stay in its current location on the block adjacent. So it would be at y will remain the same, but x will go 1 negative, right? It will stay at 4 by 5 and move on to the next command. If the next command is again moving on the right, it will stay there. If not, then okay. Return the maximum Euclidean distance the robot reaches at any point in its path. Squared distance Euclidean. Okay, so there can be an obstacle. If that happens, the robot will ignore the until it has moved. So okay, so we have a base case where if an obstacle is a 0, 0, robot ignores obstacle until it has moved off the origin. However, it will be unable to return to 0, 0 due to the obstacle. North means positive x. Okay. So we are given input commands. Move 4 units, -1. So is the command array receives an array of integers. Okay, so so the thing is, command array can have bunch of numbers. So anything that isn't -1 or -2, we'll treat it as steps. Okay, and okay, we'll treat as steps, right? Return And where is the direction? Oh, sorry. But here, Scally draw. Okay, let me draw a map, an X. Okay, so we started right here, right? Started here, that's what, 0, 0. Let's say there's an obstacle here. Let me put it as what, 5, and this is maybe 3. So the obstacle is at 5, 3. And if our pointer, let's say we are right here currently, and if we have to go so first we should return the square of the distance it reaches at any point in its path. Now here we are only 90 degrees turn, so what does a 90-degree turn means? If you're right here, 90 degrees left is, but it could also go down, right? So let's say if we have something called -1, -1, so that would mean first we go left, then we go left again, that would be down, right? That's what it means, right? Negative means we go left and then we go down. Oh, -2, but yeah. So how do we move? So it's easy to move 90 degrees. So let's say, for example, this example right here, we have, let me take this example, input commands 4, 4, let me draw it out. Okay, so we are at start at 0, 0, 0, 0, okay, and our obstacle is at x is 2, y is 4, right? The obstacle is right here. Initially, command is we go 4 steps. If it's 4, move k units 1 at a time. Move north 4 units. North is positive x, -1 is turn left. So initially we will move up. By default we have to go up, so we are initially at 4, 0, 0, 4, then we turn left and we go 4 steps back, so we are at what, -4, 4, right? Then we turn right and we turn what, -2 is turn right 90 degrees. So we turn right 90 degrees and we go turn right, move, turn right, move north is 0, 4, okay, move north is 0, 4, and we get blocked by 2, 4, so turn, okay, so we go turn right, but isn't it move, start at 0, 0, move north 4 units, then we -1 means here -1 means turn right. Okay, so we face towards our face is towards positive x-axis, then we go to 0 4, but we don't reach there because there is, so we stop at 1 4, right? And then -2 is again turn left 90 degrees, and we go 4, so we go back to -3, 4. So we are at -3, 4, so that would mean turn left, move north 4 unit. How is it reaching 1,8? I don't get this. How is it reaching? We are at 1 4, right? And turn left. Move north 4 units. Oh yeah, because we have to go up. Because we are facing here. Then we go up, yeah, we go 1,8. And return the maximum. That is if the distance is 5. So what's the distance here? The distance is, so we are okay, so we are trying to get the, we make a triangle, we get, what's the, in a right angle triangle, I forgot the term, bro. I think it's called, I forgot what's it called. But it's the slanted part of the right angle triangle. So we square x-axis plus y-axis and we return the result. Okay. Now the main question lies, so what are the constraints? There can be an obstacle. If this happens, the robot will ignore this obstacle until it has moved off the origin. So however, it will be unable to return to 0 0 due to the obstacle. Okay. Commands dot length -2 or an integer. Obstacle dot length could be as that as well. The answer is guaranteed to be less than. Okay, so it has to be. Answer is guaranteed to be an integer. Okay. Okay, so I have all the things, but first I have to decide. First, we gotta find out what happens. Let's say if I have some command go, okay, we start at 4, we go -1, if we turn left again, 3. So we start at, we go north 4, so we go like right here, right facing upwards, then we face to our left, we turn left, and then we go 4 here, then we face left, we're facing this way, right? Then we go down 3. So we are at what? 1 comma, well, whatever it is, 3, let's say I'm at 3, right? Whatever that is. So we still, because even if it's negative, once we square it, we don't have to worry about. So what it actually matters is me finding that x and y coordinate at that point, right? So First thing that's bugging me is how do we think of directions, right? So how do I think of directions? Do I keep track of directions? There can be obstacles. Okay. What am I given? I'm given obstacles. That is in array. Mm, mm, okay, let's think. I'm given commands, right? How many commands I have? Integer array commands. I have 3 commands. So integer n equals to commands dot length. We have the number of commands and number of obstacles, right? Obstacles are 3. Okay. So how do we? So for int I for integer I equals to 0, I must be less than command length and I plus plus. Okay, so we are traversing from the commands. Initially, this is kind of how do we keep track of turns? Do I have a directions array? We have integer like each thing we are either in left or right. How do we keep track of the 4 directions we have? Directions. So we topics are array and hash table. How does hash table come into play? Let's see in discussion. Okay, well, this is some little confusing. Robot receives an array of integers. How does a hash table come into play here? There are only three possible type of instructions that the robot can receive. Oh, let me reset the timer. So do we enter dx and dy? Return the. Okay, let me think. So what does a hash table do? Hash table we store key pair values, right? Using. So for hash table, if I have -1 as my thing, so initially if I start at x comma y, right, -1 means my x comma y becomes x comma y, but if I'm at 3 4 minus x facing north, right, minus x and y, right, clockwise. So if I'm at one point, if I'm at, let's say if I'm at 5 3, don't think about obstacle for now. If I see a -1, but I'm facing this way, right? Or let me think of it as, oh sorry, no, okay, let's say it's at 0 0. Okay, initially I'm facing north, right? So let's say if my instructions are like go 3 north, then change left, and go 2, and then again left. Just simple. So initially my x and y is 0 comma 0, right? Step 2 is 3 north, so we go plus 3, xy becomes 0 comma 3, like I'm right here, 3. Now when this becomes negative, I'm facing this way, so my xy becomes x becomes what? Go 2 steps to the left here, so my 0 3 changes to 0 3 changes to go 2 to the left. I'm facing north, 90 degrees to our left would be 2 comma minus 2 comma 3, right? Changes to minus 2 comma 3. So xy is now minus 2 comma 3, but okay, so that would be minus 2 comma 3 is 0 comma 3 becomes minus 2 comma 3. Okay, xy changes, and the value was 2, right? Equal to, if I have a direction minus this, but then I also have, so now facing left, I have minus 1 next, so I'm facing down, and then minus 2 comma 3 becomes, let's say if I had comma 3, we go 3 down, x was minus 2, minus 2 plus 3 would become minus 2 because x don't change now. The only thing that would change would be, so this here will go 3 down, would be 0 comma minus 3, 2 3 will become 0 comma, if I'm at minus 2 comma 3, sorry, it will become minus, I'm going down 3, right? If I'm at minus 2 comma 3, right here I have to go down 3, so I'll go minus 2 comma 3 minus 3 0, so minus 2 comma 0. But I still don't know how do I keep a track of direction. Let me have, and if I have something called direction of x and direction of y, do I keep it for each of those value? my x and y, if I'm going left, x and y becomes x positive x. So starting will become minus x plus y dx. Y becomes I don't understand this part. How does y becomes x? It's a simple observation for. Yeah, I don't know, bro. This problem is messing with my head. Initial is facing north. See. Left turn right. Do I somehow create a table of every entry? So let's say if I create a table, but now then I also have to check when I move each step, is there an obstacle there? The obstacle is at a fixed x and y point. So before even computing the whole process, you have to check by each step. How do we check for each step? What's the x and y? And if I move clockwise and I'm given 4 steps, I don't want to go 4 steps right away. I want to go 1 step first, and then I'll check if there exists an obstacle. If there is an obstacle, I'm going to stay right there until my direction changes. Only 3 possible type of instructions a robot can receive. Let me write. Okay, we start at north, then what do we do then? We start at north and then we do, then I need something to track the directions and switch the axis accordingly. If we need to go 1 step at a time, and if obstacle, we stop one step behind in the same direction. Then we wait for more other direction and repeat at the end where we end up. Square each axis and return the sum. This is what I have to do, right? I ask him to not give me the answer right away. Do not write the answer right away, but I don't know how to proceed. Instead of switching axis manually, just rotate the index. What does this mean? Switching axis. Turn right, move forward in an array. D equals to D plus 1 modulus 4, which should be 1. Turn left. What's happening here? This is where you need a fast lookup. We use hash set since obstacle arrow. You can store them as strings. Okay. Move one step at a time. This is the key idea. You already mentioned it. Command like I just need helping understand this. Understand this. Think directions as a circle. So 0, 1, 2, 3. What does D mean? We're currently facing north. Turn right. means northwest. But rays don't follow negative. Okay. We start at 0, command is right, left. So step by step we go east. South, fine if you want. Okay. Direction system. Okay, so we will add teacher array directions equals to int of bracket 0, 1, comma bracket, we go right, 1, 0, comma bracket -1, 0, we have 0, -1, right, 0, 1, 0, north, east, was 0, array is equal to what? 1, 0. South is 0, -1, -1, and then 1. So we are up north, x and y axis, then we go to x axis, then we go to negative y axis, then we go to one. Okay, so we're going in clockwise. So this is okay, so we have the directions. And we start that direction. north. Okay, teacher integer x equals to 0 comma y equals to 0 integer max distance equals to 0, max distance equals to 0. Okay, set taken in string set equals to new string set hash set for obstacle. What is given for obstacles for teacher array O in obstacles. Obstacles, what are we doing? We are gonna add set. Let me give it a set dot add, right? Set dot add O dot O bracket 0 plus. We are converting it into strings. O bracket 1 x and y. Okay, and now for each loop, what are we checking? We are checking if commands bracket I equal to -1, then we are doing d equals to +1 modulus 4, else if command equals to command bracket I equals to -2. Is it? It's not a string, it is an integer. -2, we do d equals to d plus 3 modulus else if else if this, then you have else. Steps are given, right? Else integer steps equals to command bracket I, and then for what do we do for each step? We move in the direction, right? And then for step equals to, for integer step equals to 0, right? And step must be less than steps dot must be less than steps, so we have the steps. Step plus plus, what are we checking there? We are checking integer nx and ny for the action of okay. Integer new location of x equals to x plus direction of d bracket 0. So what is direction of d? We have the command up there, right? And then we do integer new y equals to y plus direction of d bracket 0, and if the set already contains set 0, set I, set dot contains an x plus my, but do we have to have a comma? Come on then. Break, and what do? We do we reinitialize the values, and then we max distance equals to math dot max of what? X square plus y square comma we return max distance. Is this all correct, or I made some errors? I wrote okay, obstacles set dot add. Okay, I made an error here. Step must be less than steps. Step plus plus. Why do we have integer x equals to one thing I don't understand is okay. I wrote in 4. Commands bracket I y star y. Okay, I need to understand this part. Explain this here, D and so you define the direction. It is the for each row. Format is 0. So think of exchange. Okay. I'm having a little trouble understanding that part. What is this? Let's look at the top person's code. He has two coordinates, x and y. Created a class, get distance equal. Mm, yeah, I don't know what these. Star 6001. What does that mean? 6001, is that a integer? X and y is 0, current t is 0. X. I'm gonna review the problem back again after reading something. Yeah, it wasn't a successful solution, but I did learn something. I'll try again later. I'll see you guys tomorrow.